going on, guys? Danny with Gear Candy. This will be my first, well, maybe my second vlog. I don't know, I lost count at this point. It's definitely my first driving vlog. Got this new GoPro, the Karma Grip. Sort of testing it out. Not exactly sure how this footage will come out, so we'll have to see in post whether it's going to be usable or not. So a few quick updates. We're approaching. We just crossed 700 subscribers on the channel. So thank you guys for that. Channel's about 5 months old right now, 5-6 months old. So we're ahead of schedule as far as you know, the roadmap I have for this thing. So we're well on our way to 1,000, which is awesome. So thank you guys again for subscribing, for commenting, for liking. It definitely helps me out in terms of motivation. A lot of work putting out this content, guys, especially if you have a job, career, the way I do, plus a family, 2 kids. It's definitely a balancing act, life balancing act, if you will. I definitely appreciate it when I see people commenting, liking videos, subscribing to the channel. It just, you know, it kind of helps justify all the work that goes into these things. Before I became a YouTuber, I don't really consider myself a YouTuber per se, but before I started making online media, let's put it that way, I thought it was a lot easier. And I think that's the consensus with most people that aren't content creators. Slap a video together, takes maybe an hour tops, maybe 2, and you throw it on there. Truth of the matter is, it's a lot more work than I thought. And I think most content creators will agree with me. More than just setting up, than just filming and taking videos. Editing alone is, you're looking at an hour to 2 hours, depending how good you are and how well you shoot and film. Hour to 2 hour per minute of footage. So if you've got a 5-minute video, it's gonna take you roughly 10 hours to edit that video. More than likely, you're not gonna do it all in one shot, so that's gonna be over a span of a couple days as you get time to work on those videos. So it's really a lot more involved than people think. Even taking video by itself is a lot more work than people think. You don't just turn on the camera and you're good to go. You know, you gotta set up lighting, you gotta set your background, you gotta get your mind right, you know, in terms of, you know, what you're gonna say, how you're gonna present yourself, those kinds of things. Sometimes you put together a storyboard, depending how complex the video will be. Those kinds of things. It takes work, it takes time. And especially when you're by yourself. You know, a lot of those big YouTubers, they've got hired help. They're at the point where they're making money off of this, they're living off the income. And, you know, in their case, it's really good income, so they can afford to have like a separate studio, you know, several cameras set up, all ready to go, with lighting all ready to go. All I have to do is turn it on, flick the record button. They've got help, they've got staff that can help them edit videos, so more than likely they're just filming and then the staff is taking care of the rest, you know, editing, all that stuff. It definitely becomes easier, but those guys like Austin Evans, Jonathan Morrison, you know, MKBHD, those guys have been they've been in YouTube since the beginning of YouTube. So when a lot of folks see those kinds of channels, they think, oh yeah, I could do that. What they don't realize is those guys have been doing this for probably about 10 years now. Yes, it's a lot easier for them now, but it's not like it was something that just happened overnight. So that brings me to my next topic. There's no shortcuts in YouTube. You see all these videos, how to get 1,000 subscribers, how to get 10,000 subscribers. I'll tell you how to get 1,000 subscribers. I don't have 1,000 subscribers yet, but I'm almost there. I'll tell you how to get 1,000 subscribers. Hard work. You have to upload consistently, and you have to make great thumbnails, because that's what people see before they even see your video. That's hard work. It takes time to make good thumbnails. It takes time to make videos and post them every single week. And no, you're not going to get 1 million subscribers in a week. You know, you're not going to get 1 million subscribers. 1 million subscribers takes years. I had a buddy of mine that figured, oh yeah, so inside of a year, you'll be at you should be at like 200,000 subscribers, right? And I'm like, what? Like, wow, if it was that easy, you know, you'd have to have some insane viral video. That's sort of the exception to the rule. If somehow you get lucky and you hit you get some sort of viral content out there and tons of people subscribe to you. It's a very, very niche exception. It does not happen to everybody. And that's the other thing. If let's say you do end up getting some viral content out there, you still have to follow that up. It's not like you can put that one video out there, drop the mic, and that's it, you're done, right? Your YouTube career is gonna take off. No, once something like that happens, you have to follow it up. So that more than likely means you're gonna start working even harder. You're gonna wanna start putting out videos daily as opposed to weekly, those kinds of things. So there are no shortcuts, guys. In YouTube, in life, if you're starting a career out, you're gonna start from the bottom. I started in IT about almost 20 years ago. I started, as a computer operator, where all I did was follow a spreadsheet of directions every single day. A robot could have done what I did. But I worked hard. I read books, I shadowed and a bunch of folks that were a much higher level than I was. I created a lab at home, just read as much as I could on my off time at work, at home, on weekends. I skipped out on a lot of bar time and stuff like that with friends because I was determined to start a career, start making decent money. I was tired of working minimum wage and not really having a path in life to greater things. So again, no shortcuts, right? There's no shortcuts in life. The majority of us are gonna have to work hard, and that the same applies to YouTube. Too many people that think YouTube is this easy lifestyle. Eventually, it's not gonna be an easy lifestyle, but eventually you will be in control of your own destiny. That's what I like about it. Make your own hours, decide what you want to do with your day in terms of the content you're creating. And of course, that's also another thing that kind of binds you. You have to cater to your audience. It's not like you can get up in the morning and say, well, today I'm gonna make a video about a bunch of clowns juggling firebombs. More than likely, if your audience is not used to seeing that kind of content, it's not gonna do so well. So you are also bound by certain rules on YouTube. I mean, we've already seen what happened to PewDiePie putting out some content about, I don't know, some Hitler stuff. And, the guy got knocked off a bunch of networks, and YouTube advertising tier, his YouTube advertising tier went down. So it's not like you could just do anything, but what am I trying to say? You definitely have a lot more control over your life and what it is you're doing. And more than likely, you're gonna enjoy what you're doing for a living, as opposed to going into work every day, 9 to 5, and not necessarily doing what you wanna do with your time. So that's pretty much it, guys, for this vlog. Karma thing actually has been working out pretty good so far. I hope the footage comes out stable. There's no way for me to know that right now. But I see that the gimbal's keeping the camera pretty steady, but I am in a car and I see a lot of up and down motion. So we'll see how it fares out in post. Once again, guys, thanks again for subscribing. Thanks for commenting, liking. There's a lot more coming to the channel. I have tons of plans for this channel. So definitely stay tuned. If this is one of the first videos you're coming across, please subscribe. I've got a lot of content planned. I've got a lot of different formats and types of videos I want to make. So I'm not gonna be one of those guys that just makes one type of video and that's it. I like to keep things fresh. I like to keep things creative. And I certainly like to entertain you guys. Go ahead and like the video if you're enjoying the content, guys, and don't forget to subscribe.